Everything had to be rebuilt. It was all destroyed. The doors, the windows, everything.
Until 9 months ago, Dr. Ali's house lay in the middle of a battlefield when Libya's latest civil war raged on the southern edge of Tripoli.
Haftar is a criminal, I'm sorry to say that. He is a big criminal.
In 2019, troops fighting for Eastern General Khalifa Haftar tried to take the capital in a long but failed battle, played out amid ransacked and ruined homes. For nearly a year, fighters from eastern Libya occupied Dr. Ali's devastated house.
Instead of the welfare.
They carved out sniper passages through the walls.
They would pass through here. Look, they made a hole here and they fired through there.
A ceasefire was signed in October, but danger remained for the more than 200,000 displaced Libyans. Some homes were laced with deadly booby traps.
There was a mine here also. They told us not to come right away because they were afraid of mines and, bombs, things like this, because many people got killed,
Dr. Ali hails from Misrata and backed the 2011 revolution. But now, a decade on, even he admits that some things were better before, during the 42 years of Gaddafi's regime.
I'm not agreeing that Gaddafi should have stayed, no, because he has done so many things bad to the country. Actually, because of him, this is why these people are not educated. But still, we lack one thing from his time. Peace, security. Now you cannot even travel a very short distance. So this is the difference. Security, peace, during Muammar Gaddafi.
Like Ali, many Libyans are filled with anger and regret. After the initial euphoria of ousting Gaddafi, Libya was plunged into a cycle of infighting and war. Dividing the country between east and west, with power in the hands of heavily armed militias. Caught in the crossfire, Libya's long-suffering population, who've seen daily struggles pile up.
We come from the suburbs. There's no petrol there at all. So we have to come to Tripoli to fill up.
We hope that life will get better in Libya, that we can have cash and petrol. That's all that we're asking for in this country, and that we can have stability. Stability. Let's get rid of these militias and have a united government, a united Libya.
Smuggling and armed groups' blockades of oil facilities and pipelines has made Libya more reliant than ever on imports. A country home to Africa's largest oil reserves.
It's like this every day. Every day.
This is for my generator. The electricity blackouts can last 8 hours a day.
It's been like this since the revolution. There were no blackouts before.
It's been the same problem for the past 10 years. There's no solution. Every time there's a new government, they stay for 2 or 3 years without solving the problem. It's the people who struggle.
And you can find long queues like this outside petrol stations across Tripoli. A very visible sign of the difficulties of daily life, which have increased for Libyans over the past decade and gotten worse in times of violence and instability.
Another sign are the crowds that still gather daily outside banks waiting to withdraw paychecks. A cash crisis resulting from 2 competing central banks, a volatile black market, and a chronic shortage of dinars. Images deemed too sensitive, which had to be filmed in secret. Such are the limits on press freedom in today's Libya. But there's no hiding economic woes when it comes to soaring inflation.
It's expensive. Life has become expensive. We buy our food, and that's it. We hardly manage to buy everything we need. It's hard. It's hard.
There used to be all kinds of produce, meat, medicine. We had it all. It was all supported by the state.
Gone are the days of Gaddafi-era subsidies from oil wealth. Last year, the cost of staple goods rose 50%, according to interim authorities. Successive wars have sowed disruption. Mohammed supplies 3 stands in Tripoli's largest market. Importing produce from Egypt currently involves a 400-kilometre detour through the desert.
There's a problem with produce coming from the east, the coast roads. During the war, there were landmines along it. The major road is still closed, and we don't know how to get produce here properly. Our dreams as citizens are simple. Give me a salary, give me access to hospitals, schools, transport. It's simple. These are basic rights.
Such dreams could take years to fulfill, although the formation of a new unity government and the promise of fresh elections has inspired some cautious optimism.
Many Libyans feel deeply frustrated that over the past decade their country has been plagued by cycles of war and infighting. And many here are now hoping against hope that Libya's new interim leaders can this time bring about lasting change.